honest traders, trading HD. First of all, remember to read the disclaimer right here and also in the description below. What is happening with NIO Inc? We have the chart right here, the daily time frame. We have the latest update from the TradingView platform, the upcoming earnings and revenue. Very, very interesting market moment. From the technical side, what can we see right here? Maybe this is like a head and shoulders pattern. Do you think it is completed? Do you think it is going on right now? How do you see the breakout of this level right here? Do you think the price could continue to the downside part? Because remember, we were trading inside this huge channel. It started in January 2021, more or less, and it wasn't broken out until the mid-August right here. From there, this kind of pattern was formed. So key question for you guys, what do you think the market could do now that that breakout has occurred and the price is maybe reaching that level again, or maybe continuing higher? We don't know the answer yet, but we have the earnings and revenue very, very soon, and we want to ask you that question. Let us know in the comments your prediction for those if you have any. Also, let's see the latest updates because we have right here from Guru Focus. Remember, you can check the sources in the original website. The NIO stock shares have been falling, and they have the third quarter earnings scheduled for November 25th, before the US market opens. Oh, why is that there? All right. And despite this pullback, the stock is up about 37% year to date. Okay, remember, if we take into account the year-to-date perspective, we have the indicator right here, if I'm not mistaken. No, this is net income. Okay, we'll open that also to see. And we have the year-to-date. Let's open it right here, year-to-date. Right there we have it. All right, so we have 26% today. When this news was released, maybe the upside was about 37%. And we also have the expectation of Wall Street. They expect NIO to post a third quarter loss per share of about $0.23, an improvement from a loss of $0.30 a year earlier. And analysts forecast revenue near $3.12 billion versus $2.6 billion in the year ago quarter. Very interesting, this data right here. What is the idea behind it? What do you think the market will share, and how would the investors react? Also, let's see, we have the estimate right here for the earnings and for the revenue. And if we go to more financials, we can see we are in the overview. Let's see the earnings and revenue. You have all the data right here from previous earnings, quarters and all that. And here for the revenue, feel free to pause the video and check the information right there. And if you want to comment something in detail, please feel free to share that in the comment section below. We're very happy to read all the comments and to receive the feedback. Once the price, finishes this movement, we don't know if it will continue to the lower side or to the higher part, but something will happen for sure. The market won't stop at this current price, at least not for long. You can see that this is a very volatile stock. We had some periods where the price was kind of stagnating, but from there breakouts occurred and the price moved in both directions. You can see right there with a lot of strength. We don't know the future for this stock. As usual, we can't know the exact answer. We can try to predict it based on the information that we have from the financial, from the fundamentals, from the technicals, and all that. So feel free to share what information are you following in case to apply trading for this stock. Let's see the forecast of Wall Street now that we mentioned those news, because I'm very, very interested in seeing how are the forecasts going. Wow. So we have 24 analysts offering 1 year price forecast, and the maximum estimate is plus 56.82%, $9.02. Then we have the minimum minus 47.54%, around $3. And then we have the average of these 24 analysts plus 29.28%, $7.43. Wow, very, very interesting. Then we have right here the EPS. We have the estimate for this third quarter, minus 0.23. And we have in the annual also, you can see the forecast right there. So they expect the EPS to continue improving, at least in the annual. You can see that trend. They expect that, so we'll see what happens. That could make sense, you know, with this average in the positive side and the maximum estimate right there. We don't know what will happen, but this 1 year price forecast, at least for now, in from the Wall Street perspective, is bullish. What is your own opinion? Let us know in the comments below. Going back to the chart, we have right here the net income from the past quarters, and you can clearly see the trend. You know, it was going lower and lower each time, a little bit higher right here, but you can see it was more or less correlated with the price action that we have in this chart. And once this earnings surprise, we could say, with that plus 25% more or less, the price started to go a little bit higher. You know, you have the information right there in the chart. So do you think something similar could happen now? What is your estimate for this earnings and revenue for NIO Inc? Wow, very interesting stuff. We have been talking about it for a long period. We have a lot of tech analysis right here. Wow, we remember this uptrend, this insane uptrend, then the start of this lower movement. And from the Fibonacci perspective, I'm interested in seeing what percentage has been this correction. Let's see that right there. Okay, so we have the Fibonacci retracement, and yeah, percentage, yeah, this is more or less 50, around 60% more or less. Yeah, this is 78. Yeah, wow, so a correction of 78%. See the exact numbers right there with the date and price range, sorry. And we had this movement around yeah, 340 bars trading days, more than 5,000%, completely insane, you know, what an uptrend. And then we had the consequent move to the downside since this downtrend channel started. Wow, minus 94% since those highs. So what a crash right there, you know. We take into account the lowest point, minus 95 more or less, and to current prices, minus 91. So this has a lot of space in the upper part if they want to recover these past prices, but also it has distance to the lowest price in this chart. Remember, it was trading in October 2019 or September around $1.23. So we are not in the middle of this chart because there is, well, let's see the distance right there. Let's put a long trade right here, not as trading, but to see the perspective, to see the percentage in both sides. Okay, it's because we have the logarithmic scale right there. We have to the 1.23 area, to this lowest price, 1.20, minus, yeah, more or less minus 79% from current price, and to the upper part, to past prices in the highest direction, we had 1000%. So risk reward ratio 13. So in this chart, we have more space to the upper part than to the lower, but that doesn't mean that this has to be a good trade in the upper direction. If that happens, that could be, but we don't know the answers yet. We're just watching the percentage that the stock would go to the lowest price that it has been trading, minus 79%, and to the highest price that it has been trading in the past, more than 1000%. So we will see what happens. Let us know in the comments your own opinions about it. From the earnings and revenue perspective, what do you think could happen? They are very, very early. Maybe we make an update to see how this possible head and shoulders pattern has gone, if it was completed or not, if it was a different pattern, because in this chart we have a lot of them. You know, you can see right here these kind of trend lines with head and shoulders right here, triangles, parallel channels, etc. So we will see if this was working or not, and how the market reacts at the end of this week, expecting these earnings and revenue. We will keep you updated. Remember to subscribe to Trading HD. We love you. Have a nice weekend. Take care. Check out other videos right here, and bye bye. All right.